Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine. It's time for the next double page layout from the 101 Sketchbook Challenge. I am going to be working with the Setup Camp collection, and at the time I am filming this, both the paper and stickers from this collection are still available. So if you'd like to check that out, you can go to the description box below this video. And speaking of the description box, I am going to be working from page 99 of our book. If you do not have a copy of the book, I will be linking the original blog post there as well. And you can still follow along. I will be showing you all of the measurements that I used to put this one together. So I think that's it for all the housekeeping things for now. Let me get things switched over. All right, page 99 is here, and that is what I'm going to be doing. I have just a couple of mats and one strip of paper that I'll be using on putting together this layout. Get my light resorted out because I need to lower it since I'm writing in pencil in my book. The pages I'm using for my base are this lime green with the pine needles on it. The back side of this one is the plaid grid page, and the I don't know, Camping Elements page. It's been a while since I've introduced this one. This one has arrows and kind of very subtle brown on the back of it. We are going to start on the left side of this page. And this one, like I said, is pretty quick and simple overall. On the sketch, they used one of our Fast to Fab pages. I'm going to go ahead and pull it back out real quick here. So this one is from our Birthday Bonanza collection. They used a Fast to Fab page for the base of this one. And so instead of using a Fast to Fab or a pre-done border, which I need to start using more at some point for y'all, we're going to use the border stickers. So this is going to be, just like I said, pretty quick and simple. Since the stickers are still available, you can get these as well. And nope, I need to scoot that over just a hair. Well, maybe not. We'll just grab our scissors and trim that off, which happens from time to time, and it's okay. I have my micro tip scissors right here, and just flip it over and trim it off if you get it a little bit offset like I did. Micro tip scissors will not goop up. They have a special coating on them. Adding that to my trash can. All right, so I did use 5 of our 4.5 by 6.5 mats and one of our 4 by 6 mats from the mat pack. I hope you already have this collection so that way you can use these as well. For the left side, there were 2 of them that had pine needles. This one here, solid pine needles, has a wood look on the back side of it. This other one has a grid plaid on the back of it, and this one has pine stripes, pine tree stripes, if you will. All right, this one is here, this one's going to go here, and this one is going to go here. I also have some of our embellishments from our embellishment pack, and for this side I have the RV. I have our camping flag here, if you will, and one of our pine needles as well, because it just goes so well with this page. So we'll create a little cluster over there. I don't think it's going to be a super tight cluster, but it's still going to be a little bit of a cluster. Let's get our mats down. Like I said, this one feels easy, and maybe since it started out on a Fast to Fab page, I just decided to keep with the quick and simple theme of this layout sketch. Here we go. And here we go. It's nice to be able to fit at least 3 photos on this page, and you can always add a peekaboo pocket if you want more. But I do like being able to put our larger photos here. Now, do we want our, I think I actually want the camping below it. So let me grab my repositionable tape and my border silicone mat here. Let's start with a little camping here. Nice little angle. This guy can come in and come over that a little bit, and then maybe have our RV coming out from behind there. Or should we put the RV on top? No, we'll put the RV behind it. So let's go ahead and get that one set next. And amazingly enough, I'm actually not using foam squares on either of these. Actually, we probably could put foam squares on this one, so that it looks like it's kind of hanging over both our flag and our RV. Let's do that. Grabbing my sheet of foam squares here. I think we just need one of these big ones. That should do it. You still kind of want to be able to read your camping, but it's okay if it covers up part of it, because you can still read it. There we go. Left side of our page is done. That one felt really quick. And I guess maybe it was. It doesn't hurt that I do kind of plan these out a little bit. I found in my stash this 1-inch strip of kind of the orangey grid paper. It has the one with the campers with the arrows on the back side of it. And I thought this one actually really helps to bring a little balance to the right side of this page. It draws in some colors from the left side of the page, and it helps me to use up a scrap. So this one little 1-inch strip does a whole lot for me with just so happening to be in my bag. If I can get it on here straight. Okay, I've got my multi-purpose tool here. Just needed to put that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, that is set. And now let's run this one across the page. And I'm going to watch my edges just a little bit more. Of course, I could put it off the edge again like the other one and make it look like I had intentionally done the other side, but it's okay. All right, so mats on this side. These are the two 4.5 by 6.5. They both have that water wavy look to them. The solid one has another grid on the back, and this one has pine cones, which you may or may not be able to get picked up. There we go. Between the lights and the light color, let's see. Waves are here and here. Okay, and then my third mat is this pine cone one. This is a 4 by 6. I really looked for another 4.5 by 6.5, and I just could not find one that worked with the colors for me. So I went with what I had. I also pulled in a few more embellishments, so I will figure this out here in just a moment. We're going to use the lodge flag on this side and the other camper, and we'll hang this one probably with a foam square as well over top here. All right, so now that is pretty much what we're doing with our page here. Let's get these flipped. This guy needs to be able to fit in here somehow. And it worked when I mapped out the page. There we go. Okay, just needed to figure out my placement a little bit better. Okay, the back side of the pine cone one is, it says the best days are spent outside. That's fun. I know a lot of people agree with that. I don't know if I'm one of them, unless it's a day at the beach maybe. My husband loves to camp, but I am not as much of an outdoorsy girl that way. But I do go from time to time. So we do have camping pictures. And my kids enjoy it. So that makes it nice too. Okay, so this one does come down just a little bit more, whereas on the opposite side of the page we were up higher. I'm going to decide if I want that on a foam square also or not. Let's get these other two down first. Yes, I do. I map these out, and then sometimes we get into putting it together, and then I'm just wind up changing my mind halfway through. And that's okay. We're all allowed to change our minds about our pages, and like I've said in other videos, your pages do not need to match my pages for sure. Hopefully I'm helping y'all get some ideas for how to approach some of the sketches in the sketchbook. And I do love doing these and coming up with different ideas for some of them as well. This one, like I said, is a little bit more in line with what is actually on the sketch. Let's pop that one up as well. That'll kind of give us an extra element here. And sometimes they say in design it's nice to have those elements of 3, and especially if it's at a kind of an angle to draw the eye through the page. But you know, I just a lot of times go with my gut and what I think looks good, and you should do that with your pages as well. So the right side of the page is done. Very quick and easy. Here we go. Nice little cluster down here as well. I will bring in this other side of the page, and you can see how they just really flow nicely together. Here we go. What do you think? Not too bad. I love the pine elements on this side. And again, the little bit of browns in the tires from this RV are what pull in some of the colors from over here. But it also helps to bring this page kind of a little bit more on its own too. All right, who's ready for the card? Okay, I've pulled out our enameled bits from our embellishment pack. Let me bring this in. I also have cut a piece of cardstock. This is our hot fudge cardstock. It is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to cover our card front. And I want to reinforce the corners just a little bit because sometimes the card stock is a little bit heavier. And I just want to make sure that when somebody goes to open the card that they're not going to wear down the, sometimes you don't want your card flapping, I guess, is the long and short of what I'm trying to think of here. You want it to have a little bit extra longevity, I guess, when they go to, somebody goes to display it or what have you. Okay. There we go. Nice front on our card. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to do it this way. I originally was thinking about doing it this way. I found this really larger frame here. And I think I am going to do it this way. Let's see. What size are these? That's going to work. Okay. The boot prints are one of the enameled embellishments that I really thought would be fun with this card. And this one is going to be a simple all occasion card, I think. It's not going to have words. I don't know if I'm going through an artistic phase or something with not always putting words on my cards. I mean, you can, but you don't always have to. And this pine tree with the ring is going in the middle. just because I thought it looked really fun to try here. Try to get it centered if you can. There we go. It's probably as good as I'm going to get it. And the boot prints are getting ready to come through our card here. Let's see where I want to put these. Those are so fun. I mean, you could also if you have it, that there was a boot print punch, border punch, I believe. You could do something like that, kind of even just flowing through the card before you put your other things down, but try not to show things that aren't for sale as much as possible, because we have so many new things that come and are fun to use as well. I just like to show what we currently have as much as possible, although I guess the embellishment pack for this collection did sell out, so I guess it is what it is. Hopefully you still have yours. Hopefully you haven't used your enamel bits yet, but here's just a quick card that goes along with our theme from our page that we put together, showing page 99 from our sketchbook. And so I hope you all enjoyed seeing my card and pages for this video. It was a quick one. Until next time.